Hello, my name is Brittany and I will be discussing my practical exam presentation. This is by Brittany Baugh for Professor Price class. This is going to be SIS 1001. First things first is our 10 binary problems. The first five set of problems, I chose decimal to hexadecimal, and I also provided a example. So over here, I did one of our problems, which was 552. So here, what I did do, I took 552 and I divided it by 16, which gave me 34.5. 34 is that whole number, and we just need the remainder. So the next step that I did, I took 0.5 and multiplied it by 16, and it gave me 8. So the answer here is going to be 34 remainder 8. I took 34, divided it by 16, it equaled 2.125. 2 is going to be that whole number before the remainder. I took 0.125 and multiplied it by 16, and it equaled 2. So this answer would be 2 remainder 2. And I took 2 and I divided it by 16, and it gave me 0.125. So 0 is going to be in front of our remainder, and I took 0.125 and multiplied it by 16. It gave me 2. So therefore, I received 0 remainder 2. The way that I got my answer up here for 228 is pretty much the remainder is going to be the answer. And you always want to read the number from the bottom to the top. So as you see, I have remainder 2, remainder 2, remainder 8, which gives me 228. I finished the rest of the problems. So the 852 equals 354, 552 equals 228, 436 equals 218, 321 equals 141, and 115 equals 73. The next set of 5 problems that I did hexadecimal to decimal. Pretty much the number line here on the right hand side shows you what each number equals, so therefore you can do your problems. For the hexadecimal to decimal number, I did 2 examples, by the way. I did 524AB. So with hexadecimal to decimal, you always want to multiply 16 to the next power. So right here for B, that'll be 16 to the 0 power. Next, it'll be 16 to the first power, 16 to the second power, 16 to the third power, and 16 to the fourth power. So the way that I did it, B equals 11, A equals 160, 4 equals 1024, 2 equals 8,192, 5 equals 327,680. So after you get all of your answers, you've received all of your answers. The last thing that you have to do is add these numbers up, which give us our answer here, which is 337,600. And pretty much same thing for this next problem at the bottom. 16 to the 0 power, 16 to the first power, 16 to the third power, and 16 to the fourth power. Oh, yep. Okay, so it's 16 to the 0 power, 16 to the first power, 16 to the second power, 16 to the third power. So once we go ahead and multiply those up, we add these numbers all together, which give us 24,9700. So these are the problems: 524AB, 5821, 45ECB, AB13E, and then DEA5. So I went ahead and put the answers for 524AB. That's going to be 337,600. 5821, that's going to be 24,097. 45 ECB, that's going to be 28,6411. For AB13E, that's going to be 700,734. And for DEA5, that's going to be 56,997. Program development life cycle. Development life cycle. The 4 steps is describing the problem, which is the description of the issue, making a plan. The problem statement are set as sequential steps, and these steps are known as algorithm. Coding, which is the algorithm is used to translate into programming code. Debugging is to repair any errors found in the code. And testing and documentation, software is tested and the results are collected. So over here is an example, a program for a new video game on Nintendo or Game Boy. So first, what we'll do is create a racing game that simulates real driving information. So the input would be the profile name, and then the output would be the main screen of the game that shows the title and how many players. There will be 12 stages of gameplay. User must progress from stage to stage as they go around. They gain more time to finish as they go around the track. Error handling. One more chance with a limited time frame, about 1 minute or 60 seconds to get to the finish line. And the algorithm. Once the user goes into the first screen, they're asked to put in their credentials. If it's the first time, it takes them to the main screen. And if it is a returning player, it takes them to the profile screen. The program that could be used for the game could be C++ or JavaScript. And the last thing would have people to test out the program and actually get their feedback for that game. Find and identify the IP address. There are numerous ways to find your IP address. One way you can see your IP address is by clicking on the Windows Start button, is what we see over here on the left. Once we do that, we will click on the settings, okay, which is going to be here. Once we've clicked on settings, we're going to click on network and internet, which is here. And depending on the type of connection you have, Ethernet or Wi-Fi, you'll just choose your connection. And in this case, I have Wi-Fi, so I would choose Wi-Fi. And once you've chosen Wi-Fi, or once you've chosen your connection, you'll click on hardware properties. And then that's where you'll be able to see your IP address as far as other properties of your Wi-Fi connectivity. What the IP address do? IP addresses allows computers to send and receive information. IP addresses can also track down a user's physical location. The 4 known IP addresses are public, private, static, and dynamic. How to set up a network. A Starbucks coffee shop is going to be opening soon and needs to set up a network so customers can connect to the network. The network needs to be able to handle numerous of devices on the network. The new Starbucks need to call and contact an ISP, which is an internet service provider. Once they've chosen the internet service provider, the next step that they would want to do is choose the network connection that will be used. In this case, a MAN needs to be set up, a metropolitan network. And then last thing, because there will be a lot of devices connected to the network, the MAN network would be able to handle all of the devices that are connected at once. One of the 4 subsystems of the computer, storage subsystem. Storage subsystem is part of the computer system that provides the storage. It also contains the controller and disk drives. Storage drive reads and writes data. The most common subsystems are mechanical hard drive, solid-state drive, and solid-state hybrid drive. These storages do the same job, which is reading and writing data. One of the viruses discussed in the course, phishing. Phishing is used to obtain sensitive data like passwords, usernames, credit card numbers, social security numbers, and etc. Disguises. People can disguise themselves as a legit and trustworthy person, but they are faking to get personal information. Ways a phishing attempt can happen: email, phone call, and text message. And just a little tip, a reminder, phishing calls can be reported to the FTC, Federal Trade Commission. So just in case if you receive any phishing calls or phishing text messages, you can report those to the Federal Trade Commission. Comic strip PowerPoint. I would pay a fortune to go on vacation. My name is Jake and I am a trip advisor. If you put $1,200 down today, I can have you in Bali tomorrow. Great, I'll throw in an additional $500 for a rental car. I just scammed that lady out of $1,700 thinking I am a travel agent. Ha ha ha, she's too easy. I think you better call the police now. Alrighty guys, thank you so much. This is the end of my presentation here. It has been a blast working with Professor Price, and I hope that I can work with him in the future again. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.